Hypnotherapy consists of four important components. The first one is your desire to make some improvements, your goal to achieve something. That is the first component. Second thing is your mind. I will talk a little bit about your mind, or everybody's mind. The third thing is the process of hypnosis. And the fourth one is how this happens. It happens through suggestions, positive suggestions. So these are the four components. You, your goal, your mind, the process of hypnosis, and suggestions. These are the only four things involved. Many people have a wrong opinion about hypnosis, hypnotherapy, because they see things in movies or read about them or watch them on stage, and they have a very wrong impression. And people think that they will be under the control of somebody, clucking like a chicken or jumping like a monkey or doing all kinds of odd things. Realize that what they show on stage is basically a demonstration of the power of suggestion. And one will not respond to suggestions unless they want to. A lot of people who go to participate in stage hypnosis have this desire inside themselves to be extroverts, want to exhibit, and want to enjoy themselves. Some of them like to have fun, but they are inhibiting themselves from doing that. Have you heard of people who sing only in the bathrooms? They sing loud and clear in the bathrooms. When they come out, they don't want to sing. There are people who have fright to appear on stage. So when they go through stage hypnosis, hypnosis basically unlocks these inhibitions, and there is this desire in them to perform. And they just come out and do what they do. And some of them just like to have fun like that. So do not be misled by what you watch on stage hypnosis. Stage hypnosis is simply a demonstration of the power of suggestion. That's it. I can give you this example. For example, take martial arts demonstration. If you go to a martial arts demonstration, you will find a guy flying over 6 people and breaking a wooden board. Another guy just breaking a huge ice block with his head. And then they will show this sword fight where, they don't cut each other. They fight beautifully and elegantly. And if you thought that's what martial arts is, you're going to be very misled. If you go to a martial arts school, you're not going to come out learning everything, beating everybody up. That's not what they teach you. They teach you movement, strengthening, stamina, focusing your energy, becoming strong mentally and physically, and, all kinds of things that are dealing with, regular martial arts where you can defend yourself. They actually push you towards controlling your own mind, where you don't feel like showing off to others, where you use it only when you have to defend yourself, etc. Right? So that's not what you see on the stage. When you go to the stage and watch a martial arts demonstration, you have a very different impression about it. And similarly, you watch movies in which Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee does all kinds of amazing things. And if you watch the bloopers, you will realize that half the shots have to be taken many times over. Because what you see on the movie is choreographed. Everything, every move is decided ahead of time. The camera angle is decided to project, almost, impossible, martial arts demonstration. But that's movies. That's what they do. The same thing you see in movies about hypnotherapy, where some guy, dangles, a clock or a mirror, a watch or something, and then, people go into all this delirious state. That's not what happens. That's almost impossible. You will not do anything that your conscience will not allow. Take it from me. You are entirely in charge. What is hypnotherapy or hypnosis? Hypnosis is basically a Greek word which means sleep. Even though it refers to the word sleep, it is really not a state of sleep. Because if you go into sleep, your conscious mind has completely gone to sleep. And people can say whatever and you will not register any of it. Suggestions will not go through. Hypnosis was the word coined to refer to this particular experience that is neither sleep nor wakefulness. It is an intermediate stage. And sleep means it doesn't have to be real sleep. For example, if you are listening to a lecture, somebody's lecturing somewhere, but your mind has drifted off somewhere, you are hearing the lecture but not listening to it. Because listening means you're paying attention to it. Hearing means it's like a noise, somebody's talking and your mind is wandering off here and there. That is like a state of sleep. Your conscious mind is preoccupied with either some other thought or it can be resting, as you do in regular sleep. And your subconscious mind is listening to everything. It is taking everything. As a result, suggestions can be put into your subconscious mind. And when suggestions are put into your subconscious mind, that process is called as hypnosis today. That's all. The subconscious mind is interesting. There are two components of the mind, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind simply registers everything. It has no bias. It cannot analyze. It just simply takes all the information that it is experiencing. The conscious mind, on the other hand, is the analytical component. It is the one we have when we are awake. And we are basically looking at things, and whatever information our senses are bringing, the conscious mind is analyzing it. And the subconscious mind is registering it. Whatever is registered in the subconscious mind now begins to influence our perspective. We have eyes to look at things, but when we look at things, we don't just look at them with our eyes. We also have a thing called perspective. We have filters that we have formed through our experience in life. And these filters are based on our inner experiences, good and bad. And we are constantly registering these experiences and they begin to form a filter. So when we look at something, in addition to looking at something, our perspective also starts judging what we look at. So that's what the conscious mind does. Conscious mind judges. The subconscious mind does not judge anything. It just takes all the information. So depending upon your experience, sometimes your conscious mind might be distracted with something, and whatever you are experiencing, your subconscious mind will take. It could be just a comment made by somebody, and that can deeply affect you. Or it could be an experience, a traumatic experience, that you may register completely. You may not remember any of it, but your subconscious mind does. And your conscious mind will try to remember it, it cannot. So during a traumatic situation, your conscious mind is completely panicked and it is basically frozen. And at that point, the subconscious mind registers that experience. And then later on in your life, you have some strange fears, strange reactions to things. And that's because your subconscious mind has now added that to the filter of your vision. For example, if you go in a park, imagine going in a park and somebody brings this huge dog. Depending upon what your experience in life is, your reaction to that dog is going to be very different from that of another person. Let's say the other person loves dogs and has lived with it since childhood. He or she would run to the dog and hug it, kiss it, allow it to lick their face, and they will just fall in love with it. If you, on the other hand, had been chased by a puppy when you were young and are bitten by it, you're going to carry that fear in you. So as soon as you see this huge dog, you're going to kind of flinch, you're going to feel very uncomfortable as it comes closer and closer. So your experience has been registered in your subconscious mind and it is very negative. As a result, your approach towards the dog is going to be very different from that of the other person who loves dogs, right? Using hypnotherapy, you can completely reset all that, because what is registered in your subconscious mind can be changed or altered. And that's what hypnotherapists do. So hypnosis is simply an experience that we go through all the time. And by classical definition, your conscious mind can be distracted and the subconscious mind can be made to register things, and we call that process hypnosis. So when you are just waking up from your sleep, you are in that intermediate stage where your conscious mind is just waking up and your subconscious mind is awake. So at that time, anything said or suggested would register in your subconscious mind. So they call that stage hypnotic stage. Same thing when you're about to go to sleep. You're just closing your eyes and you're just drifting into sleep. Your eyes are feeling very heavy. And as you're drifting into sleep, your conscious mind is just beginning to rest and your subconscious mind is awake. And things can be said to you at that time. And that will also register in your subconscious mind. So that is a hypnotic state. But when you're awake, you are constantly being distracted, right? Somebody's talking to you, somebody's yelling at you, or some incident is happening and your subconscious mind, there's a fire alarm going on, you're paying attention to all that. At that time, your subconscious mind is open. And it's going to register everything it sees. It's going to register the sound it hears, the color your eyes see, the smell that you have. And if it has a negative impact on you, you're going to register that and react in the future according to that, whatever is registered in your mind. And these things begin to limit you, especially the negative experiences would begin to limit you. And you may have a stage fright for no reason. You might be hesitant to talk in public because somebody put you down when you were young. You may not feel like moving with people because you got bullied in school and that feeling constantly emerges. You may not like to date anybody, right? There are various issues. Or you may be putting on weight for no reason. And you think you're putting on weight, craving because you don't care about your life. That's not what it is. There is something that was registered in your subconscious mind that is causing you to do that. Most of the time it is some kind of a traumatic experience or stress that makes people go through limiting experiences. Why should one limit themselves, right? You are born to accomplish things. Your life is not to be wasted. Why should you just limit yourself just because somebody put that thought in your mind? You won't have to. That's why it's important to seek the help of hypnotherapists. People like us are certified hypnotherapists. We are bound by all codes of ethics and morality and conduct. And we keep all the records of our clients and we make them available if the client needs. And our goal, people like us got into hypnotherapy, is because we want to help others. We have also struggled in our lives. So we know how to come out of it and we want to help others do the same thing. Basically, it's going to form a better society. Hypnotherapy is a great tool, very powerful tool. You are under your own control. Nobody can control you. You can take the suggestion or you can reject the suggestion. It doesn't really matter. As a hypnotherapist, I'm like a GPS in your car. You are driving it. The GPS says, make a right here or take this exit, right? If you take that exit, it senses a congestion somewhere, traffic jam somewhere, and the GPS can say, take this route, alternate route. And if you take it, you will avoid the congestion completely. But if you decide to override it and go through the traffic jam, you're going to be frustrated. So a hypnotherapist is just like a GPS or somebody reading out of a map for you and giving you a better alternative route. That's all we do. So you can give it a try. A lot of you might be hesitant in not taking hypnotherapy. That's because of the myths and all the stories told about hypnosis by in movies and stage and other things. But hypnotherapy is a serious treatment, and you can supplement whatever treatment you're taking with hypnotherapy at the same time. Sometimes you may need your doctor's referral, especially if you have pain, and the doctors can work with the hypnotherapist to make your life better. That's the ultimate goal. So don't deny yourself a chance to improve yourself. You can do much better. You can do much better than what you think you can do. If you are interested in talking to me, my website is right below. You can send me an email. That's a contact page on my website. And you can also watch my videos on my YouTube channel. I have displayed the link to that too. And give it a shot. Be open-minded. And you never know. You may go back after a therapy session free and completely liberated, and you might find yourself to be reaching your heights. There are many therapies. Hypnotherapy is one of them. So there's no need to be biased about it. Hope I've made myself very clear and dispelled some of your doubts. If you still have doubts, you can email them to me and I'll respond to you. Thank you for your time.